Hi there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and today I'm bringing you a review of a very nice envy hair wig called Lynsey, and the color on Lynsey is called Creamed Coffee. Now, I have a secret to tell you. I bought this wig a while back because I wanted to do a review of one of these envy hair wigs and how it wears over time. And I have been wearing this wig every day for a month straight. I'm not a big believer in these heat-friendly synthetic wigs. I don't really care for them that much. I don't think the fiber is particularly durable, but that's just my take on it. However, this wig didn't even need a before photo. This wig looks just as good now, 30 days later, as it did when I first put it on. So I didn't even need to splice in the before part of this. In fact, I don't even have the rest of this box. I don't even have the tags because I bought this one for personal use just to kind of see how it held up. And I'm so impressed with this envy hair. I cannot even begin. I can't even begin, okay? I'm just so over the moon about how well this wig has held up. So that gives me a lot of hope for their shorter styles, because if something this length is going to hold up that well, then that means that something a little bit shorter will definitely hold up well. And it means that there's real hope that the new one, the longer one, Terran, that they came out with, will also hold up very well, because this one rubs up against my collar, rubs up against my shoulders, and I've had no problems with it. It's just great. Now there is something I want to mention about the envy hair colors, and I try to mention this on the listings for the envy hair wigs. The colors tend to pull truer. They tend to be a little bit more vibrant in the envy hair than they are in the synthetic hair. And by that I mean, you know how I mentioned that Cream Coffee had some coppery undertones? Well, this wig is definitely red. Like, it's definitely got that copper in it, and there's no debating it now. It doesn't even look like it's light brown. It just has that copper in it. Has a very beautiful, very conservatively shaded root, and has some very nice subtle blonde worked in. But overall, I find this color to be much more ginger and in a very natural, beautiful way. It looks really pretty in sunlight too. I've taken some action shots of me at the post office and me at the grocery store that have been on the website for over a month now. So if you need any verification that I have been wearing this wig out and about, there are photos that I took to kind of show this off. I haven't heat styled it though. I think that's something I really need to point out. But for now, I like it the way it came right out of the box, and this is how it will look the moment you bring Lynsey home. It's a beautiful, beautiful wig. It's really pretty. So I don't really want to spotlight this color because I've already discussed this cream colored coffee many, many times. And aside from mentioning that it's a little bit more vibrant in the envy hairline, there's really not much left to say about it. The Lynsey wig on its own weighs 3.84 ounces, which is quite light, given that there's human hair in the mix, and you're getting quite a generous amount of hair on this wig. This one is not sparse at all, and some people may even need to thin it out, though I thought it had the perfect amount of hair when I got it. The front is 9.5 inches, which is quite long, and it's definitely designed to be swept off to the side. It's a very sleek bob. The crown down is 10 inches, again, very, very sleek. The sides are 7.75 inches, so it's a little bit layered on the sides, and the nape is 7 inches. The wig, when it comes home to you, will be kind of gently styled inward towards the face, which I find quite flattering, which is another reason why I kind of didn't want to style it. I just thought it looked really great right away. The only thing is, I would recommend that if you have dark bio hair, that you consider getting one of the darker colors, because the rooting on this one is not dark enough to make this look not obvious. So I just kind of let it go like that, and I don't really mess with it too much. It looks great though. The hair feels beautiful. All the envy hair wigs, the hair feels beautiful. I said this on Shyla. The hair just feels like silk. It has a beautiful, beautiful feel to it, and it feels like human hair all the way through, even though it's 70% heat-friendly synthetic. I think the biggest thing that the human hair does that really aids this particular style and this particular fiber is that heat-friendly synthetics in general tend to clump. really quickly. Like, you don't even need to wear them that long. They'll just go poof, because they're more elastic and the fibers will stick together, and then over a very short period of time that promotes tangling, and then you end up with a mess, especially back here at the nape. But this one doesn't have that problem. This one, the human hair, keeps the hair from clumping. I've worn this for a month. This hair has not clumped. This is the most clumping I've gotten out of a month. It's fabulous. So I think in that regard, this is definitely worth a little extra money, because that human hair definitely does something here. It definitely does its job. And it's still less expensive in most cases than getting a completely human hair wig. So now I'm going to show you what Lynsey looks like on all sides. I'm going to go ahead and take Lynsey off now so I can show you what the cap construction looks like. So Lynsey has a hand-tied lace front, which I'll show you again when I put the wig back on. She also has a 100% hand-tied monofilament top, so let me flip this around so I can show you really up close what that monofilament top looks like. I think it's a very well done monofilament top. I think it's just dense enough, but not so dense that it kind of hides the monofilament, because that kind of defeats the point. You want people to see the monofilament a little bit so that way it looks like a scalp. I think that the way that the elastic is sewn together in the back of this wig is really nice. It stretches fairly nicely. The sides are also fairly stretchy. This one's let all the way out. We've got felt here on the ear tabs. We also have felt here at the nape, though there's no Velcro. It's just for comfort. And it is an extended nape, and a truly extended nape at that. Look at that. That's great. There's no permatease in Lynsey, which I'm sure will make a lot of you very, very happy. Let me show you that color up close so you can see kind of the difference with the cream coffee. Here, let me smooth it out a little bit so it's a little bit more representative. You can kind of see the difference between the cream coffee here and the cream coffee in the regular synthetic. This one definitely has a little bit more red to it, and the colors have a little bit less contrast than they do in the synthetic hair. But I still think this is a beautiful color. It's just a little bit more ginger in the envy hair. But I think this one's quite comfortable on. It doesn't really stretch very much, but on me it fits securely, and it's tight, but it doesn't give me a headache. If you have a really big head though, you might want to stay away from all of the envy hair wigs. They're just going to be super snug on you. But if you're true to average, or you're one of the lucky few that, you know, can basically pull off any wig size, this one's great. If you're true to average, this one will fit like a glove. Let me go ahead and zoom in on that lace front a little bit. Hide my wig cap a little bit better. Now there is a little bit of extra material here, but that's easy to smooth down. There you go. I mean, it may not be my favorite lace front in the universe, but I've seen worse, and it doesn't really particularly offend me. I think that the hair hangs well enough that I think the lace front on this one's basically just the icing on the cake. I think it would be just as pretty without one, honestly. Again, very lovely, natural amount of hair volume. A little bit more hair than some people might like, actually, but that's, to me, a good problem to have. I would much rather have a wig that has too much hair than too little. It's really hard to add wefts. It's really easy to thin a wig out. So to me, that's a no-brainer. I would much rather thin it out than have to add more tracks. But this one, for most people, won't even need it, because it's such a sleek style that it just sits beautifully. I love this wig. I give it a double thumbs up. I'm happy I decided to get this wig and to keep it. And so this one will not be going up for resale in the clearance section. It's mine. But I definitely recommend it, especially if you're curious about these synthetic human hair blends. I think that they're definitely worth the investment, especially on a style like Lynsey. This one's very beautifully constructed, and I think that it just looks really great on. So this has been Lynsey with a missing box and no tags, because it's mine. And the color on this one has been creamed coffee. I'm Heather from CysterWigs.com, and I do a lot of wig reviews, and in fact there are going to be a ton of them this season. So if you are at all curious about a particular wig and you haven't seen it yet on my channel, stay tuned. Check out my website if you get a chance. It's just www.CysterWigs, that's CysterWigs.com. And until next time, have a fabulous night. Bye-bye.